Good morning. This is Danny Jewell. I'm walkabout in the United States. I'm looking for freedom, American freedom, wherever I can find it. And I'm going to be talking knowledge for life. You know, it's not the easiest thing to understand, knowledge for life. What do you mean? We have lives every day. We don't just have lives for a minute. Every day we need to eat, we need water, a place to live, we spend money, we do things a certain way. We have culture, community, and in those things there are ways to live and there are ways not to live. It depends on your knowledge. So right now we have people who are thinking that Comcast, DirecTV, and that you got to buy that, you got to do that. Now, there's been a lot of stuff about over-the-air antennas, those little bitty things and stuff. They don't work most of the time. You're not close enough to the towers, to the broadcast towers, to get that good a signal. But it only takes a little bit of work to figure out where they are, how far they are away, what size antenna that you need, whether you need a booster on it, and a pole to stick it way up in the air, those different things. Once you get that figured out, usually by looking around your area to see if they have any antennas, where they're pointed, how high they are, what other people are doing. But in essence, just getting rid of that expense and that convenience you don't need. Now, maybe you need internet. So now they're offering internet at a decent price around the country. And they're giving discounts for a certain age. They're giving discounts because of COVID and other things. So if you want to get connected to them for the internet, for Wi-Fi for your house and surrounding area, that's one cost, that's one expense. But doing TV, I don't see a reason for it to get DirecTV or any of that for anything other than internet. You can get an over-the-air antenna at a decent price, put it on a pole. You don't have to go up really high. You can go 20-some feet. Maybe even lower, depends on where you are. And with the last few I put in, getting anywhere from 40 to 70 channels. And a lot of them are repeat, but you're getting local channels where those towers are for the city and stuff. You're getting ABC, NBC, CBS, MSNBC. You're getting all sports. You're getting all those channels. And CW, Ion, Bounty, a whole bunch of others. And the people that I'm doing this for, they're not seeing a need for cable, the Comcast, the DirecTV, none of that at all. They're happy with the over-the-air antenna channels they're getting. And the only other thing they need is that they don't get with the over-the-air is internet. So my brother, he likes the action gaming, and he needs that speed, so he pays for that. But he just saved like $70 a month, I think, with putting his antenna up, and he doesn't watch that other stuff. If he wants HBO or Netflix or anything, he can get that through the internet. He doesn't need to get that through, for his TV part. So his TV channels and all that's free. It's the internet part, all those extras that you may need, that you need the internet for. So reducing costs that way. My uncle, for instance, doesn't need internet at all. He doesn't do any of that. And his wife and stuff, they don't do any of that. But we're paying $115 a month, maybe a little more, but $115 a month for DirecTV. And he was just getting basic channels, basic channels, no internet. And I put this antenna up. Now he doesn't pay $115 for that anymore, and he gets all the channels that he was watching that he wants to see. And so, boom, save that money. Well, I'm traveling, trying to speak about not only that, but many other things. One of them is water. Now, there's a way to take and solve the water problem, but the customer model will have to change with the water companies. They have a decent model with the electric company. The meters on the property. They also offer pole lighting, equipment, other things, programs. And the water company doesn't. They only offer insurance to protect if there's damage or a problem on the side of their side of the meter, our side of the meter rather. And that's just not enough. I mean, we're getting very little to no protection. When you get a boil water advisory, you've already been hit, you've already been polluted, your pipe's already been polluted. If you don't have a whole house water filter for at least the solids and the chlorine, you're not even going to stop the solids. And a lot of those solids, a lot of those big things that come in on that are organic. And when you put the organic with the chlorine, you've got a carcinogenic mix. It's anywhere from not good to real bad. We don't need that. We need 0-day protection. 0-day meaning we'd never get hit. It's always stopped before we get hit. Your filter will catch it. It'll plug it up, and it won't allow it to get past it. So, how would we have this this customer model? Well, you have the company, you have the municipal utility producing the water. They have water quality coming out of the pipes. When it gets into the pipes, they're trying to supply pressure and volume and flow for enough people that it's just outrageous what they've got to do to keep that up, that on demand. And then they've got fires that they've got to fight, and etc. So the places you need on demand are at the faucet in your home, at your home. If they supply a volume much lower at a steady rate from the water company, and we have storage tanks, let's say 250, 500 at a home gallons, then you need a smaller line coming in from the water company to top off that tank. Because even at the most, you figure $50 gallons per person a day. That's 200. If you have 5 people, that's 250 gallons. Well, you don't use 50 gallons a day all the time. And as you're using that, the water topping it off, filtered water, filling your tank, topping it off. And even though it's coming at a slower rate than 1-inch line on demand high volume, it's still doing it fast enough that you probably never run out of water. You got a 50-gallon water heater, you got 250 gallons in a storage tank, and I would recommend another 55-gallon size tank or something to collect rainwater for flushing the toilet. And at anywhere from a gallon and a half to 3 gallons or something like that per flush, topping that tank off and for flushing the toilet and having enough water and stuff for it. You can do quite a few, 50 gallons to do quite a few flushes in a day. And it's just how it's designed, it's how it's implemented. But so the customer model, the water company works with the customer. Somebody's got to certify that equipment is good to use for that family. The families like convenience. They don't want to maintenance all their equipment all the time. And if they sell the house, it's the same issue about maintenance and stuff and who will and who won't. And it's to get around that problem, we use, like they're trying to force us to do with code enforcement. Well, instead of that, we work with the water company, and the water company offers certification, certifies and checks. So for a small fee, we're getting the water cheaper this way. So for a small fee, that guy can come once a month and check your water filter and sign a little thing, initial it or whatever, saying your filters are good for another month, and of the size filters and materials that they can do that. So now you've got a certified setup to give you complete protection at your home. So your family now is not getting sick. Your family doesn't have to worry about lead in the pipes because it's being filtered out. Your family's going to stay healthy. You don't need to buy the bottled water anymore. You can put a secondary in-home faucet for the drinking water filter on, or you can get a Berkey or one of the other ones for the counter, and you're 100% safe. You don't need to go buying all the bottled water all the time. And now your expense, your money, much less, is in this water cache system, filter system that the water company works with you on. And now you're from the municipal utility to coming out your faucet, 100% quality, good water. What water company wouldn't want to tout that? You know, we've got our clients protected. We've got a system that works all the time, and it's certified end to end. And so even if they're repairing pipes, even if there's a break, even if like now they throw out a boil water advisory, it's really not that big a deal. They're still going to put out the notifications that the pipes have been messed up. That just tells the client that they're probably going to have, depending on how bad it is, they're probably going to have to change their filters sooner because they might get clogged sooner. And so the water company sends their guys out in accordance with how bad the pollution is in what area or something. This makes perfect sense. It should have been that way from the very beginning. The way we are right now, the water company puts out water. We got no guarantee if there's clean water coming to us or not. And we don't find out until we're already drinking this shit. And who wants to drink that? Who wants to take a shower in it? Who wants to do their clothes in it? Who wants to have it in their pipes? Who wants to have it come on this side of the meter? No one. But here we do it. And it's not smart. Not smart at all. Never has been smart. Should have been changed a long time ago to the customer model so that the customer is protected. Now, we've got all kinds of fuses, breakers, and everything on the electric. What about the water system? Are we protected? They want to protect us from getting electrocuted. They want to protect us from hitting a surge and knocking out the power. But when it comes to water that we drink, it's a food, should be more. I think there is, if I look into the law a little bit more and the requirements, there's more in it that they're not paying attention to. It has to do with the client's safety and health. It's not being paid attention to through the FDA, etc., etc. But instead of fighting a legal battle, just change the customer model. Instead of being another Flint or the new one that came up recently that they discovered, instead of one of them polluting a whole bunch of people over a long period of time, hey, let's just get rid of the problem completely. How about that? Give me a call. Let's get a discussion to talk about this more and more. The easiest place to make a change is at home. These things, this what I just described, can be changed at your home without the water company. This can be changed easier in rural areas where you have a well, where you have the possibility of hooking up to the main lines in the future, where you have a group, like in the mountains, you've got a group of homes close together, and they could probably be fed off of one line from the water company, or our one line from the water company, 1 meter. And you could use this to totally isolate them from ever needing, water from the water company at some time in the future. But as long as they are, at least they'd be protected. and be safe. That's 15 minutes. That's all I'm going to put into this for right now.